What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a special day, kind of a bonus video if you will, because a good friend of ours, Ashley Rogers, got the UltraView button in her hands early and she offered it to us so we could shoot it and get a review out to you guys. What I think of the UltraView button, will I be hunting with the UltraView button in 2022? What are the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the in-between? Today let's dig in, let's learn a little bit about this new UltraView button. But first, a little history lesson, a little rewind back in time. Let's roll back the clock.
You've reached Chris Bee.
Christopher, this is Dan the Fitness Man, ElkShape. Voicemail number 2. Hit me back.
Anyway, we were never really able to connect and get together on a video idea or really talk even too much on the phone. I think they got a couple texts back and forth. Long story short, it's on my docket to collaborate with more interesting peers. So let us know who you'd like us to collaborate with, who you think is interesting. They don't have to have a bunch of subscribers. Anyone that supports hard work that would be fun to make a video with, I'm down to make a video with. So let's hop in, let's talk about this. Let's just get it going. Let's get it going right here. This is the box that'll come in. It's already been unboxed. This is the UltraView button. Comes with an Allen wrench and some directions in the bottom. Now fortunately I was built with that gene where you don't really need directions. You just kind of have YouTube if you need it later. This thing's pretty self-explanatory. First, check it out. Here's the UltraView button, the UV button. Now, I have a whole gaggle of releases here that we're gonna kind of give you an overview of, and a pretty long history with UltraView. Their hinge was the first hinge I shot very seriously. It was the aluminum one, and then I bought this brass one on like a Black Friday deal to have a backup because I liked it so much. So this is the original hinge. And then what I've been shooting most recently, the TrueBall HBC Flex, which is similar but slightly different. Just trying to figure out which works best and what I can have the most confidence in the field with. So right out of the gate, my disclaimer is that I am not an archery pro. I'm just a guy who likes shooting my bow. That's what I am. I like hunting, it's a passion of mine. I like being outdoors. I like shooting my bow, and I'm just a regular guy. So some of you out there who are regular guys or gals, maybe you want to learn a little bit from a regular guy. Do your due diligence, and at the end of the day, find out what works best for you. That could be this, that could be something else. Whatever is going to give you the most confidence when that time comes. UltraView as a company. From an outsider's perspective, they really feel like a company that wants to shake things up, do things new, put a fresh spin on stuff, and make sure this industry is up to speed and moving into 2022. Right out of the gate, probably my favorite thing about this UltraView button is that they put a big knob on it, like a big knob with good grip. I like to really be able to feel that when you're getting back there into your anchor. If you can't feel that being engaged, it can give you less confidence as to, hey, when am I gonna pull? When is this thing gonna break? It's like, it's nice to have some texture there, so that's cool. As far as the fit in the hand, it fits good. I wear a size large golf glove to give you some reference. So I've got above average size mitts, but they're not huge. And I would say if my hands were any bigger, it wouldn't really fit. Like it just fits, but it doesn't fit if I wanted to ride it down deep in my knuckles. Right here, it fits. What I want to do is get this thing set up, get it out into the field, and get you some real world experience using this. Just right out of the gate, first impressions, it's solid, it feels like a solid chunk of metal. This is the more expensive one, pretty expensive. We can talk more about that, but this one comes in at $349. Let's get it set up, let's get out to the range and talk more about this UltraView hinge. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I've already rotated the button to sit higher. So on the side here, you can loosen that and you can roll the button where you want it. I basically have the button as tall as it is because when I shoot, I want like my hand to naturally sit like here instead of having to really wrap into it. So I'm gonna get some more length out of it right here. I like where that's set up right now. So let's get this thing out to the range. Let's bust some arrows outside and talk about where it really matters with some arrows flying through the air. Ready to go review? Quite possibly the only pro tip I have for you is caffeine before you record a video. It really helps. Our UltraView hinge field review, where we can actually get into like the nitty gritty, itty bitty titty details. Let's talk details, let's talk what we like, what we think could be better. Okay, I'm gonna rip a few arrows, but let's start with this. Feelability, is that a word, feelability? What does the release feel like in the hand? I like all of it, except that it might be on this, just like so close to being too small for me. Width. I really wish, if there was one wish I had, my one wish, my one desire, it's that it was skinnier this way. The total width I wish was a bit skinnier. Something about a skinnier release makes it like easier to slide in my hand. Something I picked up from shooting both the Wise Choice and the UltraView 1. That's just my opinion. I would prefer if it was slightly narrower. Well, let's rip a few arrows and talk about like the firing mechanism. Feelability, is that a word? Let me know if that's a word down below. But in the feelability category, I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5. 4 out of 5. We'll just go long, we'll go deep. 67. 67, by the way, that other one I was showing you was the Carter Wise Choice, which is very similar to the Carter Too Simple, which are both really solid thumb buttons. I think Dan's hunting with the Wise Choice this year, and I have hunted with the Wise Choice in the past. Let's go. That was pure, I liked it a lot. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna move it just a little more out. And then I think it's gonna be right in the sweet spot. A little more in line there. By the way, I would have Dan here with me, but take one wild guess what he's doing, one wild ass guess. He's elk hunting. This little latch it onto the string thing is pretty cool, but like every thumb button does that, or most every thumb button. Wise Choice, same deal. This one just starts with an open clasp and you click it on, you can leave it on. So one of my favorite things about UltraView is they make these great funky pegs that I think are just a lot better than most of the textured aluminums. If you want to, you know, rig something up that's not an UltraView, you always have the option to get one of their funky pegs, which I think are pretty rad. So here's a couple with the Wise Choice. Then we'll do a little comparison and compare notes. Wise Choice. I heard some arrows touching. Okay, feelability we started with, that's 4 out of 5 stars. Shootability, I'm gonna call 4 out of 5 stars. I like how it shoots. If I'm comparing it to the Wise Choice is just, I don't know what the right word is, just like a little more crisp. I think they're both good. I think the UltraView might feel, like the trigger might feel just a touch more dull, and that could change. You can adjust the tension too, which is rad. It's maximum adjustability. Adjustability, 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, now let me pull these. How's my moose tripod here? I've used this before. Here, MFJJ over there. Adjustability, 5 out of 5 stars for sure. Design, I love what these guys do with their design. They have continued to pump out beautiful products that not only look good, but feel good. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The one thing that I would consider a hang up for many really, and that's the cost. It's $299, $349 price point. This heavier model is $349. That's a big jump, especially for someone who might be a beginner coming from an index. That's at the upper tier of what these handhelds cost. It's just one of those things you have to decide, like, hey, do I want to spend, is this something I want to spend money on? Your release is important, your arrows are important, your bow is important. It's most important that you're getting out in the field, shooting, or getting out in the field, getting tags. That's most important. I never want to be the person to tell anyone how to spend their money. It's a decision you got to make on your own. Just know that that's a significant jump. There are good releases that cost $199 that you could always throw a funky peg on. They will hang on your string. This guy, look who we're running into, guys. He actually shoots his bow this year. That's what's
I have time. That's just part of the deal, man.
It's been the best thing about this year is I've seen Josh practice.
Yeah, I actually practice a lot. I've been enjoying it a lot more and trying to make a little more time in my life for it. So
we got the man, the myth here. Tell us what's like the best and the worst thing about this release.
I can say I really like the extendable adjustable knob. I love the spring activated closing mechanism. That's the same thing that comes in a stand. It's easy to get onto your loop, but you can already have the thumb engaged before you do that, and I really like that because I don't want to have to go click when I put it on. I want to be able to put it on at my leisure. My only complaint, without having shot it a lot, is I don't like the length of the nose. The distance from here to here is going to elongate your draw length over some other releases, like that mechanism. That's going to end up being a loss of draw length, so you have to change your bow setup for that a little bit, and I really don't want to give up draw length if I don't have to, but everything else about this release seems really nice. I would encourage you to play with it. I do feel like a really clean, crisp mechanism, and it's super user-friendly for hunting, so thumbs up for that.
Can the people expect to see a review on your channel?
Yeah, actually Ashley's got one of these, so I can probably steal it from her and put it on our channel and let you know what I think. Give me my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Other than what I just said.
Cool, well we're gonna rip a few arrows, we're losing light, but you heard it there. That's what he thinks. That's what I think. Do what you think. In closing, I think it's a rad product. I'm just happy with what I'm using, so I'm not gonna switch it up, especially right before season. When we get to the off season, we can revise, test more stuff. We can get, you know, our buddy Dan and Jake back from the woods, what gear we're gonna move forward with. But as of right now, I'm gonna continue hunting with what I got. I think this is definitely worth the tink, the ABT, if you wanna check them out. I like what they do. I like that they're innovating. They're pushing the archery world forward, shaking things up. And for that, I appreciate it. Anyway, you guys, we're on the road to 100K. That's it. We're chasing down 100K. We're putting a lot of effort into what we do. Subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this style of video. Let us know any other kind of releases or gear you want to check out or what's been working really well for you. We'll catch you back here next time.